Hey, what's up guys? Miguel here, back again with another episode of That Geek Statue Show right here on Toy Quest 101. Now, I'm super pumped up for this episode because we're going to be checking out one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and that is the Phenom, The Undertaker. Because on this episode, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the SummerSlam 94 Undertaker quarter scale statue from our friends over at PCS. And that episode is going to start right now. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. As always, my name is Miguel and welcome to this episode of That Geek Statue Show right here on Toy Quest 101. Now, like I mentioned before, one of my favorite wrestlers from the WWE of all time is the dead man himself, The Undertaker. And on this episode, we're going to be unboxing the SummerSlam 94 Undertaker quarter scale statue from our friends over at PCS Collectibles. Now, before we start, as always, we want to remind you guys, subscribe to Toy Quest 101, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any toy reviews, statue unboxings, or any celebrity guests that might pop up on our show. Now, it was SummerSlam of 1994 where The Undertaker faced off against an imposter Undertaker in one of the most epic wrestling matches of all time as a kid that I enjoyed. And it all started with Ted DiBiase walking down the ramp and introducing his imposter Undertaker wearing the gray and black and the gray gloves. And he came down to the ring. And of course, the next one to follow up was Paul Bearer walking down with an amazing casket. And in that casket, he took out the urn, the Undertaker's urn. And when he got into that ring, the light came out of the urn, calling upon the real Undertaker. And it was the most epic thing I ever seen as a kid wrestling. And of course, the Phenom, the dead man, came down, walking down that aisle and got into ring and faced off the imposter Undertaker in a never before seen match between two Undertakers. And it was the most epic thing I've ever seen. And this statue right here from PCS is paying homage to that amazing SummerSlam 94 match that I will always forever remember. And this is really amazing. So as always, let's start with this box. The box is pretty big, and as you can see, it's got the Undertaker right here in the front. And this again is paying homage to that amazing match. And I cannot wait to unbox it because this Undertaker in this picture looks amazing. So I know this statue's got to look the part, and I cannot wait. On the side, you're going to see his emblem, the Undertaker's emblem. And on the back, you're going to see a close-up of the Undertaker, the dead man himself. Of course, this box is pretty amazing and it's big, but enough about that. Let's get to unboxing it right now. what's up guys? Welcome back, and as you can see, the Undertaker is out of the box and on the turntable, and he looks absolutely fantastic. Now, like I mentioned before, this is from that classic, iconic SummerSlam match of 1994, where the Undertaker faced off against an imposter Undertaker, and the WWE did such a great job that the only way you could tell them apart was from the colors that they were wearing. The regular Undertaker was rocking the purple and black, and the imposter Undertaker was wearing the gray and black. And as you can see here, we do have the imposter version of this Undertaker. Now, this one's actually more limited because they only made 400 pieces to this one, where the regular Undertaker wearing the purple has 600 pieces made. So we do have the imposter here, which is pretty cool. Now, as always, you know, the lines from PCS do come with other figures. They even have a modern Undertaker, which we're going to have in the links in the bio as well. And they have other superstars like Hulk Hogan and some other ones that you might like for your own collection. Now, this one right here is the Undertaker. Like I mentioned before, he's one of my favorites, so I'm so excited to jump into this view. So let's start with the base. Now, this is a pedestal base. It works out for this statue because it is a museum pose. It's not a dynamic pose, so it makes sense to have a pedestal base, and it's really done very well. The Undertaker logo here, nameplate in the front. I love that about this statue because it is in purple and it sticks out more. And I love when they include the nameplates in the front because, like I said, it's a museum piece. So when you have the regular Undertaker, the modern Undertaker, the Hulk Hogan all next to each other, they look very good. You have Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man. I mean, there's so many that they came out with. I love this line. But when you have them all together, they look really good. Now, let's talk about the sculpt. The sculpt looks really good. I want to talk about this trench coat first because when you look at the video of him going up into the stairs of that classic matchup, you see the back side of his trench coat. It's opened up here on the bottom just like it was during the match, and the buttons here are a lot tighter as well. But this is a fully sculpted trench coat, and it looks like leather because they did a really good job with all these wrinkles and creases, the buttons, all that stuff, all sculpted. And the color applications look good because it has some gloss to give it that leather shine, and it looks really good. But I love the creases all throughout the bottom of the trench coat. Even here with the arms bend look really good, and they did an amazing job with this trench coat. And of course, it's iconic to the Undertaker, so you can't mess that up, and I'm glad that they didn't. Now let's start with the other color applications as well. Like I mentioned before, this is the imposter Undertaker, so it is the gray version of the Undertaker. You're gonna see those color representations not only on the top of the base of the pedestal, you're gonna see it in his boots, his gloves, and of course his tie. And now you know that this is the imposter Undertaker. If you're a wrestling fan and anybody comes to see your display, they're gonna know that right away. Now let's talk about the actual portraits. Now it does come with two portraits, which I'm super excited about. The one we have off the statue right now is the one of him just without the hat, without the hair over his face. He's ready to wrestle. And the likeness to the Undertaker is very spot on. The goatee's there, the crinkles right here in his eyebrows when he's looking mean. You see the shadowing right here underneath the eyes to give it that dead man look. And of course the nose as well. Everything looks good. The hair is sculpted as well. The neck looks really good. And it does have a magnet here on the peg. Now the only downfall I will say about this statue is that because the hair is sculpted, the hair that does hang from his neck is very delicate. And when you go to put it on, you have to be careful it doesn't snap because it is a tight fit. So you might have to bring a blow dryer or heat gun just to make it relax a little bit, because you will start hearing it crack a little bit as you put it on the body. But as long as you're careful, nothing's gonna happen. So I was very careful when putting this one on, but I know that it's gonna be difficult for some of you guys at home. So pick whichever display you like. Now the one I have on, of course, is the classic one with the hat. His eyes are rolled to the back of his head, of course, and you have the hair hanging around his face. And of course the pose matches his look too, because he's reaching out with his gloves, just looking like the Undertaker, that iconic Undertaker, the dead man coming after you. I really love this about this statue, but a lot of wrestling fans, I guess, in PCS, because they did an amazing job with this, paying tribute to the dead man. This is very good, especially, man, if you are a fan and you bring this base to an event, to a Comic-Con where the Undertaker is at, or a wrestling event, and he signs this base, wow, this would be an amazing piece to have in your collection. Now, I want to thank one of our viewers, Philip Mendoza, for allowing me to review his statue, because this is his. He brought it to me to unbox, because he knows I'm a big Undertaker fan and I do review statues from PCS, so this is a really good one. But again, I love that look. You can't go wrong if you're gonna go with the classic hat or without the hat and have the wrestling posed portrait here. They both look very, very good. And like I said, if you get the modern Undertaker and put him next to him, man, he'll look amazing. Very, very well done. Now let's talk about the boots and everything else here about the sculpt. The boots look really, really good. You see the shoelaces again, all the buttons, and here all this leather look on the bottom. I mean, they just did a fantastic job with the pose and the sculpt of this statue. It was very easy to put together. There's a peg hook here on the base for you to put on, and of course the portrait gets put on as well. So very easy to put on, not too heavy, but this looks really, really good. Again, 26 inches tall. They only made 400 pieces of this one, but he looks good, man. Not a lot to really, digest here in this statue. It's very, very nice. It's just a museum pose of the Undertaker, and I think they did the job done. Very well done by PCS. I absolutely love this statue, and you know what? I might just have to get one of my own now after seeing it, because this is another one of those statues where if you look at it in person, it looks very, very well. Pictures don't do it justice, even though they did a great job with the pictures. But man, the dead man is here on Toy Quest 101. Wouldn't that be cool to have him on our live show, man? Dream of mine for sure. But the Undertaker statue is right here, guys. We're gonna have all the links in the bio of the video. Let us know what you think. Is the Undertaker your favorite wrestler? Do you have other wrestling figures from the PCS statue line? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, you could check us out on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and don't forget to subscribe to Toy Quest 101. We'll see you guys on another episode. Bye, guys.